Thinking ahead of the next winter, father decided to create a place safe from the elements, a strong storage spot to protect themselves and their belongings. Look, children, now the next season was the winter season, and that's why, being the head of the family, father decided to shift his family to a safer place which would keep them comfortable during the winters. Not only he want to save his family from the winters, but he also want to protect his belongings and the things he wanted to keep in storage. So father decided to search for a new house. Fritz came up with the idea of a cave. Not finding one, they thought of carving out their own cave in the rock abutting their camping site. Now, the son Fritz, he came up with the idea to have their new home in a cave, and that's why they all started searching for a cave in that forest. But then they came to know that there was not a single cave in that island, and so all of them decided to carve out their own cave in a rock, that rock which was abutting their camping site. Children, the meaning of abutting is having common boundary. So they found out a rock, a big rock, which was abutting, means having common boundary with their present camping site. On the smooth face of the rock, father marked the dimensions for an opening, and they picked away at the hard surface with their axes, chisels, hammers, and shovels. Now, when this family decided to have a home in the cave and decided to carve out their own cave, father, he looked at the smooth face of the rock, the smooth surface of the rock, and he marked the dimensions for the opening, for the door of the cave. Children, dimensions means length, breadth, width. So he made these dimensions, marked these dimensions on the smoother surface of the rock so that they can have opening of the cave. And over the hard surface of the rock, they use the tools like axes, chisels, hammers, and shovels to break the hard surfaces. Over the next several days, the family cut windows in the rocks to allow for cross currents of air and for sunlight to enter the cave. Now, the next what happened in the next coming days, the family started cutting windows in the rocks. They made windows in the rock in such a way so that there could be cross currents of air and there could be entrance of sunlight, enough sunlight inside the cave. You know that a cave is made in the rock, and this cave inside the rock may have darker surfaces. So to have enough light and enough ventilation, they created windows in the rock surfaces, and the windows were created in such a way so that there could be good ventilation of air, cross currents. Okay, here cross currents means what? The air could enter in and leave out the cave in a proper way. Children, here the word cross currents is again a compound word formed of two words, cross and currents. Okay, so the family made windows so that they could have good ventilation and enough sunlight inside the cave. When they had finished, they had 4 rooms, complete with a fireplace. They now had a new winter home. Now, after completing all the work, after completing the carving of the rock, they made a cave which was occupied by 4 rooms, and there was a complete fireplace. So they created a fireplace inside the cave so that during the winters they could keep their cave and themselves cozy and warm.